Next is mineral-based industries. These industries use minerals as a raw material. Some industries use ferrous metallic minerals which contain ferrous. Ferrous means iron, such as iron and steel industries, but some use non-ferrous metallic minerals such as aluminium, copper and jewelry industries. Many industries use non-metallic minerals such as cement and pottery industries. Next, chemical-based industries. Such industries use natural chemical minerals. For example, mineral oil. Mineral oil means petroleum. Petroleum is used in petrochemical industry. Salts, sulfur and potash industries also use natural minerals. Chemical industries are also based on raw materials obtained from wood and coal. Synthetic fiber, plastic, etc. are other examples of chemical-based industries. Next, forest-based raw material using industries. The forests provide many major and minor products which are used as raw material. Timber for furniture industry, wood, bamboo and grass for paper industry, lac for lac industries come from forests. Next, animal-based industries. Leather for leather industry and wool for woolen textile are obtained from animals. Besides, ivory is also obtained from elephants' tusks. Industries based on output. Output means finished goods. Industries based on outputs, there are two types of industries. First is basic industries, second is consumer goods industries. Basic industries, the industry whose products are used to make other goods by using them as raw materials are basic industries. For example, iron and steel industry for making machineries, for textile industries to make clothes. Now next, consumer goods industries. The consumer goods industries produce goods which are consumed by consumers directly. Example, industries producing breads and biscuits, tea, soaps and toiletries, paper for writing, televisions, etc. are consumer goods or non-basic industries. Now, on the basis of ownership. On the basis of ownership, industries can be grouped into public sector industries, private sector industries and joint sector industries. Main features of each groups. First is public sector. Public sector industries are owned and managed by governments. In India, there are a number of public sectors undertakings. Next, private sector. Private sector industries are owned by individual investors. These are managed by private organizations. I give you one example, Tisco in India and Dabur and Reliance also. Now joint sector. Joint sector industries are managed by joint stock companies or sometimes the private and public sectors together establish and manage the industries. An example is Oil India Limited. Next module is traditional large-scale industrial regions. These are based on heavy industries near coalfields and engaged in metal smelting, heavy engineering or textiles. They are characterized by high proportion of employment in manufacturing, high density housing with poor services, pollution, waste heap has given them the name smokestack industries. The meaning of smokestack industries we will discuss after this. Next, problems of unemployment, emigration and closure of factories. Now the meaning of smokestack industries. Smokestack industries are heavy manufacturing which often traditionally have factories with smokestacks, means burn a lot of coal or oil rather than a modern industry such as electronics. Now the next, the Ruhr coal field, Germany. Under this, it was a major industrial region of Europe, but with a decline in coal demand, the industry started shrinking. Even after iron was exhausted, it functioned based on imported ore. This region is responsible for 80% of Germany's total steel production. Changes has brought in decay of some areas with problems of industrial waste and pollution. Iron and steel industry is now giving way to new industries like Opel car assembly plant, chemical plants, universities, etc. New rural landscape has emerged. Now related to this, which is the leading steel producing region of Germany? The Ruhr region, which is responsible for 80% of Germany's total steel production, is the leading steel producing region of Germany cottage industry. Now related to this second question, how was the new Ruhr landscape emerged? Ruhr is based less on the products of the coal and steel for which it was initially famous and more on the new industries like the Opel car assembly plant, new chemical plants, universities. Out of town shopping centers have appeared resulting in a new Ruhr landscape. Now the next module is iron and steel industry. The iron and steel industry forms the base of all other industries and therefore it is called a basic industry. It is basic because it provides raw material for other industries such as machine tools used for further production. It may also be called a heavy industry because it uses large quantities of bulky raw materials and its products are also heavy. Iron is extracted from iron ore by smelting in a blast furnace with carbon means coke, and limestone. The molten iron is cooled and molded to form pig iron. Pig iron means raw iron, which is used for converting into steel by adding strengthening materials like manganese. The large integrated steel industry is traditionally located close to the sources of raw materials: iron ore, coal, manganese and limestone, or at places where these could be easily brought, for example, near ports. But in many steel mills, access to markets is more important than inputs. Now the distribution of iron and steel industry. This industry is one of the most complex and capital intensive industries and is concentrated in the advanced countries of North America, Europe and Asia. In USA, most of the production comes from the North Appalachian region, means Pittsburgh, Great Lake region. The industry has also moved towards the southern state of Alabama. Pittsburgh area is now losing ground. It has now become the Rust Bowl of USA. Now related to this one important question. Which area is called Rust Bowl and why? Pittsburgh is called Rust Bowl because earlier there were many iron and steel plants, but now they have shifted to other places. The industry has also moved towards the southern state of Alabama. Pittsburgh area is now losing ground. It has now become the Rust Bowl of USA. In Europe, UK, Germany, France, Belgium, Luxembourg, the Netherlands and Russia are the leading producers. In Asia, the important centers include Nagasaki and Tokyo Yokohama, in Japan, Shanghai, Tianjin and Wuhan in China, and Jamshedpur, Kulti Burnpur, Durgapur, Rourkela, Bhilai, Bokaro, Salem, Vishakhapatnam and Bhadravati in India centers. Now the next module is cotton textile industry. Cotton textile industry has three subsectors: handloom, powerloom and mill sectors. It means cotton textile industry divided into three sectors. First, handloom sectors, then powerloom sectors, and third is mill sectors. Under handloom sectors, handloom sector is labor intensive and provides employment to semi-skilled workers. It requires small capital investment. This sector involves spinning, weaving and finishing of the fabrics. Now we are doing through points. Under handloom, first point is labor intensive, then semi-skilled, then small capital. Next involves spinning, weaving and finishing of fabrics. Now powerloom. The powerloom sector introduces machines and becomes less labor intensive and the volume of production increases. Under powerlooms, we are doing now through points. Uses machines, less labor intensive, produces more. Now the third, mill sectors. Under mill sectors, cotton textile mill sector is highly capital intensive and produces fine clothes in bulk. Now through points. Under mill sectors, first point, machines are used. Second point, capital intensive. Third point, produces fine cloth in bulk. Now the distribution centers of cotton textile industry. India, China, USA, Pakistan, Egypt produce more than half of world's raw cotton. UK and Northwest European countries and Japan produce cotton textile from imported yarn. Europe accounts for nearly half of cotton imports. It's showing a declining trend as it is facing stiff competition from synthetics. Now, less developed countries with cheap labor is gaining importance as cotton textile centers. Why stiff competition with the synthetic fiber? Because there is a stiff competition with the synthetic fiber industry, which are available comparatively in a cheaper rate than. Now the next and the last module of this chapter is concept of high technology industry. High technology or simply high tech is the latest generation of manufacturing activities. It is best understood as the application of intensive research and development efforts leading to the manufacture of products of an advanced scientific and engineering character. Professional workers means white collar workers make up a large share of the total workforce. These highly skilled specialists greatly outnumber the actual production workers means blue collar workers. Robotic on the assembly line, computer aided designs means CAD, and manufacturing, electronic controls of smelting and refining processes, and the constant development of new chemical and pharmaceutical products are notable examples of a high-tech industry. Neatly spaced, low-modelled, dispersed office plant lab buildings rather than massive assembly structures, factories and storage areas mark the high-tech industry's landscape. Planned business park for high-tech startups have become part of regional and local development schemes. High-tech industries, which are regionally concentrated, self-sustained, and highly specialized, are called technopolis. The Silicon Valley near San Francisco and Silicon Forest near Seattle are examples of technopolis. Bangalore is known as Silicon Valley of India. What are technopolis? High-tech industries which are regionally concentrated, self-sustained and highly specialized are called technopolis. Related to this module, one important question and related to back exercise question also, explain why high-tech industries in many countries are being attracted to the peripheral areas of major metropolitan centers. You know very well, now we will discuss high technology, or simply high tech, is the latest generation of manufacturing activities. Professional workers make up for a large number of total workforce. These professionals, skilled workers, are located in urban areas, and due to high rent in the central areas of the cities, they situate themselves in the periphery. The industry is also situated in the periphery because of the low rent and also because of the closeness of the urban centers, which provide them with availability of workers. Neatly spaced, low, modern, dispersed office plant lab buildings rather than massive assembly structures, factories and storage areas mark the high-tech industrial landscape. This requires large areas for massive setup, which due to increased population in major metropolitan cities is not available. Hence, these industries are set up near the urban centers where adequate space is available. Also, their situation near urban places help them to gain access to the urban market and also to tap the skilled workforce that is available therein due to availability of educational institutes. Example in case would be Gurgaon in Haryana, which has grown into one of the greatest high-tech hub near Delhi. Thank you. Stay safe.